Now, the more someone is learned, the more qualifications they have, credentials they have, the higher status they have in society. I'm not even talking about religious knowledge. If somebody's got a PhD, it's a form of respect. If somebody's a professor in university, it's a kind of prestige. We know that. This is why we celebrate people that graduate, whether you're graduating high school or college, or you got a master's degree, or you got a PhD, or with Islamic studies you got an ijazah, or you finished memorizing the Quran. Whenever somebody accomplishes something in education, their status is increased. They're more recognized in the society. People listen to them and they have more validity. And yet, this person who Allah describes as more knowledgeable, clearly, as even than Musa alayhi salam, rather Musa alayhi salam is traveling an exhaustive amount to come learn from him. Nobody knows him. Nobody knows him. As a matter of fact, one of the most interesting things, is that we don't even know his name. The Quran, Allah did not mention his name. Yes, in the narrations we learned the name Khidr or Khidr, and there are variations of that spelling that are mentioned. But Allah, in His perfect speech, decided not to tell us who is this teacher of Musa alayhi salam. He didn't tell him his name. So how did Allah describe him? This is where I want to begin really today. He says, فَوَجَدَ عَبْدًا مِنْ عِبَادِنَا. Meaning Musa alayhi salam and his young assistant, they traveled together and they eventually found, listen to this carefully now, a slave from among our slaves. Which is probably in closer English expression would be just one of our slaves. They just found one of our slaves. One of our slaves is a description of all of us. That's not a special description. We're learning something profound here. To Allah Azza wa Jal, the more someone gains knowledge, the more they are identified as just another one of Allah's slaves. That doesn't make them more special than anyone else. It actually makes them realize, innani minal muslimin, I'm just among everybody else. I'm not superior to anybody else. You see, every other knowledge, when somebody gains it, somebody gets a degree, they kind of like get a little full of themselves. Like if they're going to a convention and they've got a PhD, they're not just going to say Abdul Karim, they're going to say Dr. Abdul Karim, comma, PhD. Wait, let me put the P with double marker and H and D, Or you introduce yourself to someone, hey, my name is Salman. No, my name is Dr. Salman. Or your email ID, whatever. It doesn't say Zainab, it says Zainab MBA. Or whatever. You have to add your credential because it's a form of I'm something. I have some value.